First time, Leon and Belal, it was an eye poke, and that went down in round 2. It was a nasty eye poke, but nobody did it on purpose. It was a complete accident, but the reality is, at that point, Leon Edwards was cruising to a victory. So what is Belal going to do different this time? And outside of that fight with Belal, he's made a habit of beating these wrestlers. Took the title off Kamaru Usman, at the time, the pound for pound #1 on the planet. Head shot dead. Kamaru showed up for the rematch, didn't underestimate him, came to England, did it in his own backyard, and was confident that he was going to take that strap back. Could he get it done? No, he couldn't. Leon Edwards was absolutely fantastic that night. The knees and elbows in the clinch, the takedown defense was absolutely perfect. And then he follows that up with another victory over Colby Covington, a man with a very similar style, again, to Belal Muhammad. So right now, Leon Edwards has kind of perfected the craft, mastered the craft about stopping takedowns, keeping the fight on the feet, and fighting his fight, okay? So the pressure is on Belal Muhammad.
You know, there's so many good fights.
Yeah.
You know, Leon Edwards versus Belal Muhammad is not getting the respect that it deserves for whatever fucking stupid reason. People don't like Belal Muhammad. I don't get it at all. I think he's awesome.
Yep.
He's a great guy.
He's a great guy.
He's a really great guy. And people don't want to see him fight. It's just weird.
Thank God the UFC didn't bend the knee to the fans, complaining.
Those fans are ridiculous.
You know, I'm no fortune teller, but I really liked, Leon's style way back before he even got a title shot. Back around the time him and Kamaru fought the first time, and Usman gave him the business, and I just kind of something told me that Leon was always going to be a champion, and so I'm going to go with Leon.
I'm going to give it to Belal. I think, a lot of people hate because he's so, like, they say he's boring, but I think that's because he's so technically and defensively sound, and I think that's what you have to be with Leon, so I think he's going to get the decision.
Ooh, Leon Edwards.
Gosh, every time I go against Belal Muhammad, he always ends up winning. I don't know how. I don't see it, but I'm going to go Muhammad. I'm not going to go against him this time.
Leon Edwards.
Leon's going to take it home. This is their third time fighting or second time? Yeah, he's going to take it home. Absolutely.
Leon Edwards.
Let's go with Belal.
I'm going to go with the man Belal, man. Free Palestine. I think, look, Leon is a great fighter, and right now they're currently the best at welterweight. He has what it takes to beat Belal, but I think Belal shows up, shocks the world, and can really, take Leon out of his game that fight. So I'm going to go with Belal.
Man, that's a tough one. I train with Belal. His pace, incredible. He doesn't make mistakes. That one's a hard one. I don't know, but because of their last fight, I guess I'll go with Leon. But it's like a pick'em fight, because when I train with Belal, I realize that's not a natural, the way his cardio works, it's incredible. So I think he definitely has a shot.
Yeah, I think Belal's going to get the job done. I think he's got a more well-rounded game. I think Leon's takedown defense is solid, but I think Belal's ability to mix things up is at a really high level, and he's on a crazy win streak. So I'm going to go with Belal by decision.
I got to go Leon. I think he's probably got one of the best all-around skill sets in the game, and I feel like he'll be able to handle the business against Belal.
Yeah, that's a good one. Just with how the fight was going in the first fight, I got to pick Leon Edwards. Man, I think he's the best 170-pound fighter in the world right now, and obviously he's the champion, so he is. But, dude, just the things that he does inside that cage, he's very, very calculated, very, very intelligent. I'm taking Leon Edwards.
Don't like Belal, and I love Leon Edwards. I love his comeback story. I foresee a head kick knockout again.
Oh, I want Belal to win just for the story. He's worked so hard, man. The first time they fought, it wasn't looking good until the eye poke, but who knows? That's why they fight, I think he does.
Oh, Edwards. You gotta give it to Edwards. Edwards is the man.
I'm gonna give the edge to Leon. I think that he's definitely the more exciting fighter. I haven't seen too many of Muhammad's fights, but I've seen a lot of memes about him being kind of more of a decision fighter, and I know Leon's kind of similar in that manner, but still, I'm going to give the edge to Leon.
Oh, I think Leon Edwards is just such a fantastic martial artist, all the way around.
Like, he is so good, man. I talk about his fight with Gunnar Nelson all the time. Like, Gunnar Nelson's somebody that I've studied a lot. And when you watch a lot of Gunnar Nelson fights in a row and then watch Gunnar Nelson and Leon Edwards fight, man, like, Leon Edwards is, like, also very masterful in grappling as well as striking. He's very underrated in his grappling. His all-around mixed martial arts game is fantastic, and he's just a tip-top level competitor. So I would never vote against Leon Edwards in a fight.
Oh, I gotta go with my Muslim brother, Belal.
To one submission to 3 submissions. Belal Muhammad respectfully only has 1 submission, which is crazy. You'd think all the wrestling that he does. You know, the height reach advantage for Leon Edwards, the reach advantage again for Leon Edwards, and obviously the youth and Leon Edwards. All this stuff, the reason why we go through it, because, you know, we all have to kind of take into consideration. Yeah, you guys can see it, but we gotta break it down, because that's what takes a toll on whatever it is that this fight's going to take place. Leon Edwards' strengths, his fight IQ, and particularly his lethal kicks. You know, we all saw that fight with Kamaru Usman, man. Like, he's able to hide those kicks with that hand that makes a guy like Leon Edwards super tricky. He does a really good job with the sky, boom, like similar kick to what Robert Whittaker does, but different style, a lot tighter. And then coming off from back-to-back towel defenses, I mean, the dude beat Kamaru Usman, and then he beat Colby Covington. I mean, the dude could potentially be on his way. He beats a guy like Belal Muhammad, like chasing that one of, you know, his name, he'll start catching up to the greatness of what Kamaru Usman has done. And not just that, but, you know, people, this could be a gift or this could be a curse right here.
But you watch Belal Muhammad, and this guy has not lost for a really long time. He's unbeaten in so many fights, and the only fight that there was an issue with is the no contest with the champion Leon Edwards. Now, he's been wanting this fight. Belal Muhammad today is better equipped to fight Leon Edwards than he was the first time.
You can't deny what Leon's done. I do know Kamaru. I trained with Kamaru, and he beat Kamaru twice. Man, that's crazy. And just faced another good wrestler, and so he's going 3 wrestlers in a row now with Belal. I don't see Belal bringing anything that Colby and Kamaru didn't bring to him.
Leon Edwards as well. Belal is good wrestler. He's gonna try to make him tired, but I think we've seen some good defense from Edwards against Usman. He did it very well, so I think Leon Edwards is gonna get the nod.
Oh man, yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. That's gonna be a tough fight, but I think Belal's been doing all the right things. I'm gonna go Belal.
Oh man, I hope Leon takes it. Yeah, I hope Leon takes it. Looking at the first fight, Leon Edwards whooping his ass. And you hardly see Leon coming out that hard. I hope he comes out hard again this time. Of course, Belal's going to be looking for the takedowns and looking to grapple. I see he's been training over with Khabib and them guys. And yeah, everybody knows their game plan. So, it's on Belal's behalf, I'm expecting a boring fight, and hopefully Leon Edwards pulls it off.
Do you think he wins though, or do you think Belal has the edge there?
I'm gonna go with Leon Edwards just because the fact that he was able to take down with the fights with Kamaru Usman, and yeah, he looked great in those fights. Both those guys are not really consistent. I know Belal's been waiting for this opportunity, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Leon Edwards on that.
I think Belal is gonna win. He's been waiting for this chance for a long time. He deserves this chance for a while, and I hope he represents Palestine too. And I just hope he's gonna get things done.
Leon Edwards.
Man, I got Leon, man. He's such a clean striker. I don't think Belal has the wrestling to take him down. I like Belal a lot. I like the way he fights. It reminds me a lot of myself, like pressuring forward, just nonstop action. But I don't know if he has the wrestling to get Leon down. I feel like that's the part going to be the only way people are going to be able to beat him is by taking him down.
Leon.
About the title picture. Obviously we've got the world title coming up in Manchester. How do you think it goes down between Belal and Leon?
I've been saying this for so long. I think Leon is so clean. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. And when you don't make a lot of mistakes, it's hard to capitalize. he's so talented in all assets of the game. Obviously, I have trained with him and spent time with him, and he's phenomenal. He's phenomenally talented. I believe the biggest question mark for me in this is how has Belal's training with Khabib and that Sambo style and that aggressive top pressure, how is that going to play into the title picture? If he gets him down, can he dominate and have that beautiful onslaught of aggression that we've seen from the people like Khabib and Islam and Umar and Usman that they have, because it's sensational. So for me, I think it's going to be a Leon Edwards 25 minute decision. I think he's going to dominate and just try calculatedly decipher and decode Belal's game. It's up to Belal to bring the dog out.
Belal's due, bro. I just think that I like seeing people get their just due. I think he's overdue, and his style of fight, I think he won't fight like Kobe. He's been active, he's tough, and he'll be able to walk through a few things that Kobe wasn't willing to walk through. And I think he'll be able to implement what he wants to do more.
That's a tough one. I think Edwards.
Oh, Leon Edwards. He was already winning last time, so yeah.
Okay.
I think he's gonna crush him.
Yeah, Leon, bro, for sure.
Belal deserves it, but I mean, what do you deserve, really? Nothing. Probably Leon. But I think Belal could beat him, though. I think Belal could beat him. He wasn't beating him last fight. The first time they fought, he wasn't winning. But I think Belal might be able to get in there. I'm going Leon.
I'm going with Belal. He's been in there with Leon before. He's a real smart and strategic dude. He's been studying Leon for a while. He's been calling for this fight for a while. He's been giving off this vibe and demeanor like he knows something that everybody else don't. He sees something he's going to be able to capitalize on, and part of me believes him. So yeah, I'm going with Belal.
My heart was Leon, but my brain is Muhammad.
Leon Edwards, man, teammate 7-6 all day. You know what I'm saying? We ride for ours, man. No matter what, we ride for ours.
The way the first fight went, I think Edwards he was just kind of lining him up for just to tee off on him. I think we're gonna see more. I think he's gonna finish the job. I'm leaning Edwards on that one.
I do think, and that's a very good point he made for himself. But I think that he's gotten a lot better since their first encounter, especially his striking. I believe his striking game has gotten better defensively as well. I feel like he's gotten a better grip of the spacing. And I feel like I saw that against Gilbert Burns, was that his spacing was really, really good. Yeah. And the way he was able to control that, which in end let him control the striking pacing of the fight. Yes, Gilbert had an injury during that fight, but still, I think I saw enough of Gilbert to honestly, I think this fight is a 50. I think every fight's 50-50, but I think this fight's much closer in the second time around than it was the first.
I just don't see it because Belal is his level is definitely up. Yeah. Where he can switch stances, he can fight out of both stances, he mixes it up, and he knows how to control his pace. That's the biggest thing. You saw it in the Burns fight. He knows how to control his pace.
It's like him and Merab, like they know their threshold very well.
They do.
And they're kind of similar style, if you notice.
In a way, obviously Merab is heavier grappler. Yeah. Merab is whole thing is let me get my hands on you. Yeah. To where Belal will switch stance, throw the lazy left kick that still will move you and it still will land. And to where he's not the fastest, but he can get those strikes there. To where I think this is a very intriguing fight, but Leon just being the champion and being confident in being the champion, I think he's gonna be sharp.
And he's fighting in Manchester. Did you know that too?
Yeah, but sometimes fighting at home is not the best. It's not the best sometimes. There's so much pressure. There's 50 family members that need tickets. Everyone's there. You can't lose at home, bro. Yeah. Come on, Leon. Don't let him bully you, son. You can't. All that, you can't let that happen at home. So, but he handled it very well when he fought me in London. I think he handled it very, very well, even though I thought I might have done enough to win the fight. It is what it is. He handled it very well. And with that, and I think that fight was more pressure on him than I think this fight's going to be.
If you look at Belal Muhammad's last fight, what was it, Sean Brady, if I'm not mistaken? I thought that was the best he's ever looked. Aggressive, coming forward, using his striking, putting combinations together. And I thought he looked like a completely revamped fighter. I don't know what it was that he went to Dagestan, and a lot of things changed with his mindset, his perspective, his approach. I thought he did a lot of great things in that fight. And to take out Sean Brady, and people were trying to say Sean Brady was overrated. Sean Brady goes out and smokes Kelvin Gastelum respectfully. So when you look at things like that, obviously you can't do MMA math, but I think Belal's got a shot here. He can grind out opponents. We've seen that in the past.
I think both fighters are slow-paced fighters, and it suits them slow-paced, but I think it suits Belal more because of his grappling ability, because it gives him time and space to think about exactly when he's going to line up the shots and so on and so forth. But people underestimate Leon's wrestling ability, as we've seen him with Usman, taking Usman down for one, defending takedowns with, him, Colby, so on and so forth. So once that side has been figured out and there's more rounds left, I think Leon's striking ability will start to play a massive role in that fight as it goes on. I actually can see it still going decision. I just think the more effective strikes are gonna come from Leon as the fight goes on, versus from Belal, who will probably get a little bit more tired from the lactic, and obviously he's gotten better in his striking, but that's not his thing. So it's a great fight, but I would edge it just towards Leon.
I'm gonna go with Leon, but that's a tough one.
Leon Edwards. I thought that wrestling would be like a factor, but he did really well against Colby, even took Colby down. So, I think the Leon has really elevated his game in all aspects of the game. So I'm gonna go with Leon to keep the strap.
My heart wants to go with Belal. I want Belal to win. But Leon is a really, really tough challenge right now. So my head is telling me Leon will win, but my heart is pulling for Belal. I hope Belal wins.
Comment below who you think will win at UFC 304.